Hello, processing systems. I'm like, to my page is my common sense. I try to keep it down, and they get 10 minutes. If it goes over 10 minutes, it's a very important. And everyone's libertarian. People believe in God. People like to smoke. People like the way you watch stuff. People like to drink AMT and DMT. People who can't think outside the box, but they need some sort of substance abuse, escapism. Thank you for listening to your friendly neighborhood schizologist, in which I am a therapist to all. I'm your friendly neighborhood schizologist. A schizologist is someone who is basically cross between schizoaffective individual who has all of the knowledge in the world, who listens to his therapist and his psychiatrist and his psychologist. And I don't do any pseudo babble. Okay, I'm just talking what they tell me. I get my information from the scholars, from the pimps, from the books that's written. Okay, I don't like to talk out of the side of my nose. So when someone talks, I'm like, this is what I read, and if you got anything to educate me on, you can. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not your average man, or your Peter man. All my information is in the description box. If you're missing anything, you know how to donate. Please understand. You can actually. I'm on Anchor.fm/emeraldpill. I'm gonna be on here for about half an hour to an hour, talking about subjects that I always make up here. So interesting subjects and personal subjects. Okay, and the weirdest thing is that my magic is so powerful is that I have to. The most terrible thing about me is that I have to wait till something bad happens to me in order for something great to happen to me. Isn't that fucked up? My three inner voices, the dark one, the Jesus one, and the Socrates one, usually guides me on the path of righteousness, self-righteousness, not being an arrogant pompous ass or anything, but I'm really kind of cringy to them masses asses because they're idiots. People are very biased in their judgment until they get the chance to know you. Then they become, oh, yeah. And I'm like, I don't want to invite you because if I whip your ass, then you're going to try to kill me. I don't want your money because of the fact that I know you want something from me, I'm paranoid as fuck when it comes to being around people and shit. Now the Canara virus is out. My wife is suffering and shit because she thought she can get away from my magic. It's affecting everybody because I'm the one who caused all that. Indirectly, it's not my fault. It's not my fault people got the Canara virus. I'm strong. I strongly believe I'm immune to the motherfucker. Because I stick fucking alcohol Q-tips up my fucking nose all the fucking time. And alcohol is in my body. I have alkaline in my body. I don't drink a lot of dairy products. I drink a lot of none of that stuff. People be coughing around me and I never cough. Okay. So there's a lot of times I'll be around the sick. I was a personal care aide when I was like younger and shit. And then I used to travel all around Pennsylvania and shit. Now I talk to a whole lot of racist people. I try to get along with them and say, hey, I didn't ask to be born black, but we think on the same parallel page, you know what I'm saying? I'm not really a technical person. I have a battle within my own spirituality in my own mind, in my psychosis. My pituitary gland is not clogged or anything like some people may say. No, I don't eat that much, dog. I don't eat meats that much. I don't eat sugars that much, dog. Come on, man. You got to stop. Ask questions. Wise people ask questions. But today's topic today, as you can see in the description box, everything you need to know is in the fucking description box. It's right there. And also put it in the private message chat. And I also put it in the comment section. Okay. Please understand, I'm not your average man. You're being a pain. Okay. Lots of fools, okay, will say I'm mentally ill. But really, they don't understand what those terms mean. Asperger's, indigo child, okay, star seed, okay. They don't know what those terms are. They don't know. We know what schizophrenic is. They don't even know what bipolarism is. They don't know. They don't know none of that shit. But when you show them, okay, then they change their tone of voice. Okay, and like I said before, we're gonna talk about Donovan Sharpe. See, when I talk about someone, they automatically it takes a short amount of time for something bad happen to them because my pages are still up. Please understand, I never asked for likes or dislikes, okay? But I want people to understand that I'm not interested to be on YouTube or Mixer or Twitch to talk shit about anybody. It's just my opinion about certain things. I don't hate on nobody. I would say I dislike something, but I dislike how the way Donovan Sharpe is not talking to his real audience. You know what I'm saying? People he told. Yes, what is it? What is it? Speak. I said him on a video, didn't I? When I get done, I'll be back. I'll be in there. You be ready for me. Okay. She likes to disturb me at the wrong time. I told her I'm making a video and shit about Donovan Sharpe. I'm making a video about, okay, what else is there on here? I'm gonna talk about what did I say? Let me see. I said I was talking about ambition is the key to your downfall. And I'm talking about my magical karma. Okay, let me see something. I gotta change something here. My magical karma and capitalize magical karma. Okay. Okay. Now the thing is that I love when people disagree with me and then all of a sudden they would not understand, okay, that I'm not their average man. Okay, yeah, you can't change it while you're already on there. So ambition is the leads to a downfall. Let's say you want billions of dollars, millions of dollars. I have a couple of friends who said they always want to be rich. I said, well, why be rich when you're already rich now? See, I'm like, they're looking for materialism. Now, don't get me wrong. It's nice to have things like, a whole new rig, a TV, a game system and shit, because that's what most guys are more interested in. Cars, video games, and stuff like that. It's not that many things materialistic wise. You just want to socialize. But during my heydays, when I was growing up, I was in the streets for like over like 2 or 3 years. And then I realized how rich you are when you're homeless. You can survive more. Okay. A lot of people, if they were putting out in the streets, they would not survive. And so you see that bag over there I have over there, that's all I need. I mean, I have a blanket, but that's all I need to carry extra, okay? 2 blankets or some shit, a mask, okay? You're going to need a mask. And I told you about the mask already, okay? So please understand, if I see a one pop up, I'll repeat myself. If you just pop them up in here, okay, to the time right now, Eastern Standard Time in America is 4:26 p.m. Okay, say something or forever be square because cowards don't never ask any questions. They get very sensitive and they just like if you want to listen, it's cool. But I told you before, I'm only going to talk for like a half an hour. Once the half an hour is up, I'm done. So let's get on with the subject with ambition. Ambition is the purpose in which drives you. Something has to drive you. So I may change the definition a little bit, but it's still the same in many ways. Okay? Ambition is to drive. It either could be through materialistic gain, yeah, capitalism, okay, finances, monetization, or something like that. I don't do all of the hocus pocus. My personality sells itself. Okay, people have donated to me, given me checks in the mail and shit, and I had to return them back because that's too much. But of course, I've been offered to be on radio talk shows, but I don't want to be popular. Okay, do you understand what I mean by everybody asks me, you should be a comedian, because I know I'm funnier than David Chappelle, but people would, well, of course, disagree, of course, because they know that he's on the white humor side. I'm on the black humor side of the things. I'm not on that same side. I'm like closer to Cat Williams and Eddie Griffin, Eddie Murphy. I'm more on that crazy ass side. I'm not with a Bill Cosby and shit like that. That's extreme. Richard Pryor. I'm not. Those are extreme motherfucking Negroes, the funniest in the world, right? So I know which comical relief for me is funny. Like I see Tyler Perry is fucking funny too. He's way more funnier than Jimmy Fallon and all them other motherfuckers. He's definitely more funnier than Kevin Hart. So don't put apples to oranges next to each other when you don't even know what white humor is and you don't know what black humor is. Okay, so that's why I look at it. I get upset with people who are ambitious and they're very biased and very emotional, and then they don't ask questions. That's it. You should ask questions like this: what do you mean by that? That will make you more intelligent, in my eyes. But I know I'm more intelligent than you because I talk in an encryptic type of sense, so you can't understand me. I believe 1 + 1 is equal to plus. That's a schizoaffective type of trait. What's the reason why? You know how the white man says A + B = fucking C? You know how the white man says A + B = to C? What those are, variables, okay, in those places, which doesn't make sense. A + B = C. But now when I say 1 + 1 = to plus, why would I say that? Okay, now they give meaning to A + B is equal to C, but 1 + 1 crossed, okay, is a actual the fucking it equals a plus, right? It's symbolism. It can also equal an 11. Okay, numerology also does a lot of different things catering towards that method of mathematics. But there's different abstract ways of doing things. So far, the English language is the most superior and most simplistic language out there compared to all the rest. Did you know that? Do you wish to battle with me with that? Okay, people talk to me in English in another country and talk about this is the slave language. Why do you think they made it that way? Why do you think they make English the most simplistic and most powerful one in the fucking world? Why? Why? Why is it number one? All right. Answer that question, right? But anyway, let's talk about it. We already talked about ambitious now. Ambition is the drive. I told my wife all the time, if you have a negative ambition, it's going to fall on his head, especially if you're stepping on the wrong toes. The whole purpose of doing something is for your selfish deeds. I don't have any selfish deed in my body. I'm completely sinless, baby, because of my past. All right. And so you should not be ambitious in life, because that's not the purpose of life, to live back sipping on tea like fucking Oprah and shit, and getting fat and shit, and not helping nobody in society. Please understand that's a fact, okay? You're living in this fucking life getting fat again. If you had nothing, you will be a more healthier person. Why is that? Why is it that if you're broke, okay, if you're intelligent and broke, you're not going to be living unhealthy? That's why I look in the streets and I see homeless bums and shit like that, and they be like smoking and shit like that. They are pathetic. They may have a mental illness, but they have no other way. I've been assisted by the spirit within myself and external forces to get my assistance in my retirement money. So I try to work in my past, and I got something for it because I try to do things myself, right? Doing things yourself is very crucial. If you got some sort of situation or issue, you should talk to your local authorities and try to get some help some sort of way. Ask questions, go around, ask for help. You don't want to be locked on to fucking drugs or escapism in any kind of fucking way. But you know how many 80 to 90% of people always have some sort of escapism, drugs, such as cigarettes and alcohol? Did you know that? And they don't care about the innards. And when they get a pot belly, see, I should tell you guys, like I say, I'm stronger than most of the guys. I get my six pack because I eat less than moderation. Okay, but I don't look like a crackhead. Okay, but people always make fun. But it's okay until I tell them I'm a porn star. Then they be, oh, okay, you know, and to change your mind, right? So don't try. The more what I'm saying is, don't be ambitious in life, because it could be a curse. It's not a blessing, but it's only a temporary blessing, because in your next life, you don't think about reincarnation, motherfucker? Shit, you motherfuckers are goofy as hell. I'm like, you got all that money now. You're going to die with all that money in your grave. You ain't even sharing it off to nobody. You're going to be poor in your next life. This world is intended so you can learn in many different facets of life that suffering is great. Without some sort of suffering, you can't learn any experience. Life is nothing but an experience. It's a journey. Yes, that is correct. It is nothing but a journey. Because life is perpetual. People are reincarnated all of the time. They're brought back. Now, we are living in fragments of memory when it comes to the physical realm. But on the other side, that's a whole new ballgame. It is said that we choose our own life when we come to this planet. We choose. We broke ourselves up from the Godhead's spatial matter of time and space. Okay? We came here to separate ourselves and our different personality traits so we can have fun with one another. My wife is an NPC player. My daughters may be an NPC player when they get older. But when you have someone who thinks right on parallel with you, okay, then you know that person is really kin to your spirit. And it makes life a little less easier. It makes it much more easier, but that's not fun, okay? You're supposed to find things in the dark. We're living in a prison planet, motherfuckers. Now, let's go on to the next subject right here. Listen to this shit. Okay, let me see. I wrote it down here. I got to go back to my, okay, ambition. I talked about ambition, okay? Listen to this shit. I realized that anytime something bad happens to me, I usually get a blessing. So that's why one time when my wife tried to pull a knife on me because I tried to take her phone from her and shit, and the chief was like, "You should get a PFA on her." She called the police, and I told the chief, I said, "Hey, the voice is telling me not to. Usually 9 times out of 10, something's bad is going to happen. It happens very fucking quickly, people. My karma shit happens very quickly." So my wife put me out. Listen, the story is real quick and simple like this. I brought the bitch over here. Yeah, I'm gonna call her a bitch because the fact that she thinks she was trying to trick me. And I tell people all the time, if I say I control everything, and you come your ass over here, and you coming from a shitty ass country, right? Don't get me wrong, America does have a shithole of a country, and you basically try to trick me, and deep down inside, I'm gonna trick him. I'm gonna try to get in trouble, you know. And I simply told you, I control all assets of all funds. When you don't treat me right, you don't get something, you know. And I told you this in advance. That's not a form of abuse. Okay, so lots of people will see that as form of abuse, and that's not. When you tell them in advance, this is a contract. It's like when you work at your job, right? And you already signed the paperwork off. They can let you go at any given time, okay? And that's not fair because they didn't give you a warning. They just told you working for us, you're going to get this amount of time, and they said, we don't need your services no more. This has happened to me a couple of times. Didn't do nothing wrong. I said, we don't need your services no more. Let you go. Okay, that's the white man's power structure. Now, when it comes to your husband, you just can't detach from him easily. You're taking something with him, okay? It's called collateral damage. And that's what they tried to do in family court, to give more power to the woman, because of the fact that they don't want to hear the logical side of the aspect. They automatically believe that the woman is being fucking victimized. He's automatically victim because she called the police first. Okay, so guys are so nice, they don't even call. They don't. If a guy's getting his ass beat 9 times 10, he don't call. So they should just throw them cases out because there's no evidence for him, right? All right, and she might even be. Now, if he says, okay, she beats herself, Your Honor, and he's trying to defend herself, then of course the case still has to be thrown out because she may be beating herself. So he has to find proof. Okay, but he shouldn't have to find proof because that's not in his jurisdiction. She called the police, so she can take advantage of him if he makes up a decent case. You don't need a lawyer because a lawyer basically is just, it's called extortion when you use motherfucking lawyers. It's really extortion, trust me. They got a whole bunch of rhetoric and a lot of wordplay and shit, which you don't understand and what you're not allowed to do and rules and regulations. No. It doesn't work that way. If I'm telling you I have proof in here and I'm trying to show it to you and you don't want to see it, then you automatically know that court cases and judges are scam. And it could be, most of the time, it's biased. But I'm not getting off the subject here. So I told my wife, I said, you come in this country, if you try to call the police or you try to cheat, it means death. I'm not going to kill you. Okay, I'm not going to kill you. Okay, so I say 13 women. I'd say this on the fucking air. I say I killed 13 women. What do you mean? What do you think I mean by that? Okay, that somebody got them. They disappeared. Okay? I didn't do shit. Okay. But of course, I could still get in trouble because they don't have no evidence. And I say, hey, I'm at the house all the time. I don't go out nowhere. So I can curse the court if I want to. Now, since these bad things are happening to me, it seems to me, like even in Ethiopia, my wife see these magical things happening. Shit. One time I asked, I want a chicken place built around the corner. Chicken place was built around the corner. I said, I want some lights being built. I said, I don't believe this. And the lights was being built. One time, basically, there was this guy named Tesla who was supposed to build this ground the right certain way. I gave him so much money. And Tesla didn't build the ground right because I was supposed to get married and this shit. Voices tell me to get married, I'm gonna listen. So because they protected my ass, they protected me. They're the one who got me over to Ethiopia. They're the one who gave me the car. They gave me the ones who allow me to have my 2 daughters. So people want to laugh at my Holy Spirit, and they don't understand how cursed they're gonna be. Like Elijah, when he went up on the fiery chariot and shit, and he cursed these 2 kids with leprosy and shit, and because they were laughing at him. I am not fucking responsible. I am not fucking responsible for all your downfalls. So when thousands of people view me, and it's too many people have the same mentality, this mental. They make fun of me and how the way I start off with my video, and then but they'll listen to someone like Lil Wayne and some shit, or Eminem and some shit, and they ain't got no knowledge except rap game. You're stupid as fuck, man. And I'm not responsible. I'm just saying the spirits have their own way of attacking other people when you're attacking the wrong person. I look up to those individuals who are shapeshifters. I look up to those who are werewolves and bats who eat human beings and babies. Because we all eat chickens all the time. We eat dead bodies all the time. But anyway, I learned that since my wife tried to put myself in the dilemma, put me out in the street, she got here, she tried to manipulate me, she couldn't understand. See, my wife was nice when she was in Ethiopia. So I bring her back here and she started acting a fool because and I was expecting that shit. You know how Ethiopians, they ain't really black today, trust me. And you don't want to blame anybody here who basically know enough English. Because I was told by Pimp that if the more English you know, the more you keep that hoe back there, okay, in where she came from, in that hoe, in that hole, that shithole. But I had to marry my wife because I had to go back and forth, and I don't like traveling back and forth. So it benefits me to bring her here to take advantage of her and the matriarch at the same time. It's like a double-edged sword type thing. It's like no matter if she takes this step, I'm outside thinking and contemplating. So I'm about to be outside for like a month. Okay? So she wants me back because she knows how hard it is without, because I'm the father of my 2 daughters, right? And I wanted them. Only thing I wanted from my daughters is them to be staying home, homeschooling, and I don't want them vaccinated. Guess what? She called the PFA just because of that reason, okay? And that's called perjury. She wasn't being abused now. She tried to say that, okay, these phones are, said, no, these phones are in my name, so the courts can't take those things away. Okay, and then that's not abuse. I tried to explain the courts, like, yo, it's not abuse. When she made an agreement on me, she's only using the courts to try to send my kids to school. That's it. Regardless of what the things I say. Everybody say nasty things in the house. Okay? But anyway, So, long story short, the judge sided with her. And I'm like, okay, I was poorly represented. I don't really care. They didn't even look at evidence. So, next thing you know, I'm like, the canary virus is spreading and shit. Okay? Isn't this something weird shit? And that's what the voices said, be patient and wait, be patient and wait. I said, I wonder what it is because I'm outside in the cold for a whole month. So I got to suffer. I got to suffer. I could easily just broke the law and went into jail. As a matter of fact, that was like my last resort, going to jail so I can have a roof over my head instead of living in my car for like almost a month, you know? The shelter at least held me for like 10 days. And they didn't want me there because it wasn't that freezing cold. But of course, they were nice enough to help me out with all of the things that I needed. The city mission and shit. And I really much appreciate what they do. If I ever got rich, I'm going to go shit all of these the men's shelters and I'm going to help out because I believe that that's a great thing. Okay. Because I don't believe that, men should be, they're logical. They're supposed to be logical creatures. Okay, I'm not interested in helping the ones who like to use drugs too much because that's it seems like the more emotional a man is, right, the more likely he'll use drugs. If he can't control his effeminate side, you got to control that effeminate side. The loneliness, someone did something to you, da 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 da. If you got some sort of attachment like alcohol, or you got some attachment with like drugs or smoking, cigarettes, weed. Okay, I was raised up around that shit. It will destroy you from the inside. And eventually you'll feel so much depression, the snapback of it, okay, the heroin and all that stuff is very lethal for the body because you can't find nothing else to do. You know what I'm saying? If you'll steal from your brother and you kill your mother or some shit, I don't really want to deal with that shit. But anyway, so I'm in the streets and I'm suffering. And the voices tell me, stay in the car. After the shelter kicked me out and shit. And then I realized that I had nowhere to, I stayed in my car. I was freezing. But after a while, my wife called me, okay? And so I'm back in the house, which I can't leave anymore. Okay, so now I'm wondering. Now, as a matter of fact, another blessing occurred. As soon as I came back, another blessing occurred, and another blessing occurred. It's kind of weird. It's one thing at a time. In the courts, I confess and say I'm not never leaving, and I have not been leaving ever since, ever after that month. So I could have got in trouble, but I proved to the court that she committed perjury all from the beginning. And the only thing I wanted is the piece to be dropped in this whole bullshit of a circus. Okay? This clown shit. She's trying to clown the courts, and I had proof, and they didn't want to see it. So now they want to reschedule, and then they can't reschedule because of the canary virus. Now they're moving it from the 27th to some other date because the canary virus. Now my kids is all home. Now I can actually train my kids and keep them in the house. So the more days that go by, the more time she can be more educated by me. Person who's a philosopher, a person who's well educated, and of course I got my own degrees. Okay, but you don't know my degrees. Let's ask questions, motherfuckers. Ask questions. So now, since my daughter's at home and my wife is home, okay, everything will be hanky dinky and more peaceful. I'm not supposed to be in the street. My therapy session is coming up soon. Okay? I can't wait. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? Now my wife is more miserable because now she got to. I still have the edge until she called the police. I'll have a roof over my head regardless of which way it goes. I'll have a roof over my head regardless of which way it goes. And then a right lawyer will come to me in the jail cell, which is backwards. You know how you go to jail and do you get the lawyer in jail? You're mentally ill. Like, isn't that backwards? That's how I got out in the first place. Over like 14 years ago, I got in trouble with this girl who was like who lied to me and shit. And I called the police and shit. Police come pick me up a month later and because they found her and shit, didn't let me go with an ROR. I spent 15 days in jail, working a job that I can work with because of my mental psychosis. No one's asking me any questions. That's kind of fucked up. The judges are too afraid to ask me questions or do anything. Okay? I'm like, damn, what happened to asking questions to the plaintiff and what about getting a little bit interpersonal, like Judge Judy or something? I don't understand how these. It's all about money. They just want to, okay, when I was in the court and I was going in front of the judge for custody battle and shit like that, and the judge granted me custody and shit, I was confused of why the judge didn't even ask me any questions. Because previously, before my case, there was another case, maybe because he was attractive, and she was all smiling in his face and shit. Now, he was by himself. Okay, now he took forever. He took forever to show up proof and documents that she's a scam because women do lie in the court of law. And I was laughing too and shit. So when I got up there, I thought she would be nice to me and some shit like, but she told me I was poorly represented. Okay. And I'm like, but he was poorly represented. Okay. Okay. I'm like, yo, he just showing peace. She was all smiling in his face. I said, there's a lot of biasm in the court system. And she was a female judge. And I thought that was pretty wrong. her not to have pity on me and understand my situation. Okay, but I was poorly represented, but I still felt that I even tried to show her, my wife's attorney. Okay, at that time, I don't know how he popped up though. I gave him the proof and evidence. He was looking at me, he was like, oh shit, okay. And then he told us he tried to get you in perjury, but she did commit perjury, and I have the proof. Okay, so I'm always recording her. Me and my wife, I make my wife happy every day, motherfuckers. I don't know what I'm doing, but anyway, so far I'm okay. I'm still with my kids, and if y'all want to see my kids, just ask me. You can join in. Okay. So now this Candera virus is returned because the people are still stupid to this day. They don't use a lot of common sense. And I feel happy of this Candera virus because I'm home and my wife likes to eat. Okay, she likes to eat and shit, right? And I try to tell my wife, stop eating so much. You can't eat them, feeding them. Them babies don't want to eat that much when they're busy and shit like that. Now I see someone watching me now. It's good to say hello, whoever it is. And you know what all information you need to know. I'm just talking about my past. I'm talking about the dangers of ambition. I'm talking about my magical karma. I'm talking about Donovan Sharpe. Okay, let me see. Donovan Sharpe. Okay, Donovan Sharpe. That's what I'm talking about. I'm going to talk about that right next. And so when the number drops from 1 to 0, I'm just going to continue on. You say something so I would know I can continue on. If you want to join, you can join. All right. Now, so my magic happens very quickly. Houses falling on people and shit like that. Someone says something negative and something happened in their life and shit. No, da 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 da. That's kind of weird, right? Karma dharma. That's my magical karma dharma. It happens very quickly. I even test people to try to test me, right? Have you ever had that happen before? And they'll try to play games with you and say you ain't got no powers, and then they'll tap you and say, and then next thing you know, something bad happened to them. I am not responsible for you mocking my Holy Spirit. I am not responsible for whatever happens to you. Now, let's continue on with the last thing we're going to talk about today. Donovan Sharpe. If anyone who knows who Donovan, as a matter of fact, I'm going to write his name down. Okay, Donovan, I was talking about this motherfucker. He was a simp, okay? Just like most of you motherfuckers are. Let me see. Donovan, I keep writing his name wrong, okay? I'm talking about Donovan Sharpe. Okay, now he was, okay, there we go. Now, a lot of simps like Donovan Sharpe because he is a simp. Okay, you can consider himself an alpha beta simp. Okay, and beta alpha simps are basically guys who don't get paid from women, especially used vaginas. Okay, and I told you in my past I got paid from women. Okay, to not fuck them with my real dick, and my dick is not small because of that. Okay, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of shady, biased motherfuckers out there. My shit is slinging and shit. And I got my own porn, motherfuckers. You want to try that shit? You look into my eyes, motherfuckers. I don't make my own porn, right, motherfuckers? I don't fuck them bitches with long strap-ons and shit. I'm the one who wearing the strap-on. Do you really think just because I said I use the strap-on, I'm getting fucked? That's how you are fucking fucked up. You thinking I say I fuck them bitches. I say I fuck them bitches with strap-on. You gonna say, and some female's gonna say to me, "Oh, she's wearing a strap-on." I'm like, "What the fuck kind of shit?" I'm a nigga. I'm not supposed to be fucked up the ass. I'm a nigga. I'm not gonna stick my nose up no female's ass and no pussy hole. And she's already had another nigga down there. Are you crazy? Are you fucking mom? You know who the fuck I am? I think I'm older than Donovan Sharpe, but I'm pretty sure he got fucked by a Jewish person. Because sometimes when you obtain a lot of money and shit, you got to do some strange bad things. Okay, wink, wink. Okay, like Cat Williams, not Cat Williams, but Kevin Hart and shit. You got Kevin Hart. You got to fuck a couple crackers in order to do something. Just like Eminem. Okay, if you want to be black and you want to get popular, you got to do a couple of different things in order to get that fucking money to be rolling. I don't work that way. I don't work that way. I don't know who you are. Okay. All right. Okay. Now let's continue on out here. He had lost 3 channels on YouTube. I still have 3 channels running up for me. Because you know the real reason why he got pulled off? Because he is a beacon. He is very popular. Okay. And you know who I like, who responded back to me and shit was actually Tommy Sotomayor. Yeah, that motherfucker uses dark psychology all of the fucking time. And he responds back to me and talk to me, and then I say, "You're safe." Okay, I talked to Ben X. Okay? He didn't disrespect me because he's still kind of young. I talked to RZA already, and he didn't disrespect me. So they didn't get cursed. They didn't disrespect me and talk about some bullshit. Da 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 da. The only thing I said to Ben X and the Nation of Islam is that religion is folly. And they was like, "You probably be right about that." And I'm like, "Okay, you're on the right path. They ain't disrespect me." Usually when you disrespect the wrong person, that's when the magic occurs. One time RZA got caught up in court. He got caught up in court one time, and I said, "That's not me, dog. I don't know what you said about me behind my back, but if you're in religion in any one way, you're not a 1%er like myself." Okay, people don't ask enough questions what a 1%er is. People don't ask enough questions what a 5%er is. They don't know what those things are. All right. But let's continue on now. So since he lost 3 YouTube channels, I'm like, oh shit, damn, dog, you lost 3 YouTube channels. I said, you better start educating men on the law. Okay, stop complaining about bitches and shit. I understand that women are contradictory as fuck, okay, but that's their nature. They're gonna beg men to come back. They're gonna beg men to work, and they're gonna be in the house. They're gonna beg men to do polygyny, which is supposed to be the righteousness air of what a man should be. And true alphas love polygyny, because any man that says, "Oh no, it's not about polygyny," I don't give a fuck how religious. They are too effeminate to understand that. They think it's abuse, okay? They have been brainwashed, okay? And I keep trying to tell guys back in the 80s and shit, that's a real man. A real man is a holy man. A real man is a self-righteous man, not a person who denounced God and say, "Oh, he doesn't exist. He's a fucking fool," and be arrogant and blaspheme his name. No, a person who says there actually is God, not in the sense that I'm better than you, but you are God as well. Everyone is fucking God, the little G God. Don't you understand that I'm not your average man? You're Peter Pan, motherfuckers, okay? But anyway, he's talking about the feminist agenda. I talk about the feminist agenda as well, but I tell people all the time, don't subscribe. Once you are ambitious, you understand my point of what I'm saying in these videos, you guys? Do you understand that being ambitious or being popular is not that important? You're not being unique. If everyone likes you, then you're not very that interesting. You're not. You're just cute. Do you need to show flashiness on your screen? No, you don't. You can't sell yourself. You're worthless. You're a pretty boy, fuck. You're a fuck pretty boy, like white girls be telling me he was just a fuck boy. And I said, damn, man, that's fucked up. I know I'm the best fucker in the world and shit. Okay, because nobody does what I get a real real looking, real feeling fucking strap on and fuck that bitch's pussy up. So when she comes to where she never had met a man like me before, she never had. Okay, I'm not super attractive. I put a blindfold on that bitch and fuck with her pussy with vapor rubbing fucking nights, motherfuckers. Y'all never heard of shit like that. Make that bitch squirt all over the place. Y'all don't know shit like that. Y'all guys are fucking young bucks. Young bucks. Anyway, he said he got his shit all backed up. I'm like, what site would be a good site? See, I got banned off of Facebook today. I'm too X-rated for this. I got banned off of Facebook probably for fucking 60 days and shit. But I don't really care. I don't do backup because my shit is already backed up here. Okay, I'm a photographer. I'm an artist. I can talk about everything and start all over. When I find a website, right, and it's good for explicit shit like the dark web. See, the dark web is too extreme because I think the dark web is illegal. You got to use a different browser. You got to do all more technicalities. But I was on the dark web before on the internet in public. Okay, there's a certain ways to doing it and shit. You can go incognito, but you still not incognito. You know that type of trickery that those crackers do. Those ducks do. They quack, 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 quack. You know, they cracked up in the head. They will find you. So you thinking you hiding behind the wall and shit. You ain't hiding behind no motherfucking wall. You dumb motherfucker. Big Brother's watching all incognito and shit. Like incognito. Why would they put King? You know, who the fuck do you think you slick? They smarter than you. But anyway, so he got banned because he talked about women too much. He's like a MGTOW movement. He's like a red pill movement. I said, y'all guys get out of that red pill and complaining about bitches. Just take advantage of them bitches. She's a single mother. That's money. If she's a feminist, that's money. I talk to feminists in my inbox, motherfuckers. I literally talk to inbox who hate men. But they gonna let me over there and pay? Yeah, I ain't gonna tell you. I ain't gonna tell you my personal business, motherfucker. I got kids now. How long was I talking? 34 minutes. Nobody said nothing to me, but they will get back in touch with me later on. If you're focused on being ambitious, the whole purpose is you're going to down. That's a downfall. If you do make it in society, at least give back to society to the poorest individuals. I'm a poor motherfucker. At least I'm doing something for men. I'm doing mainly something for men. But for women, there's not too much I can say to women. Keep your virginity. My daughters will keep their virginity. Oh, they'll be killed again. They'll be killed again. And people just look at it and say, oh, you're going to kill her? You're going to kill his daughters? See how biased and people are emotional? I ain't killed them. They gonna kill themselves. That's my wife gonna kill herself. I said, what did I just say? That's called karma. You fuck with a person whose karma is automatically active because you know you in the wrong. Women, people know this, and there's men who act effeminate, and they don't know what karma is, and then they be like, "What happened in my life?" Because you crossed over the wrong person. So that's why people don't fuck with me, because I'll say something like, "You gotta be careful how you talk to me because the spirits around me. They don't know what the fuck that means. They just don't, and they never heard it before." I tell people all the time I have the Holy Spirit. I don't have any sins, and they get scared of that. They think I'm a liar, but it's okay. Let's continue on here. So Donovan Sharpe made fun. The thing is that it's all started when I was on Donovan Sharpe page. He's supposed to be like a counselor. He's supposed to be a teacher or something like that, but he's not a teacher at all. He just talks about and complains. He doesn't give education on the law like I do. I talk about the law and how to take advantage of the law and the matriarch. It's like some guys have took advantage, like Britney Spears and Eve, men take advantage. That's a part of it. I tell you instructions on what to do, even those who are the mentally ill. Okay, but anyway, if you're ambitious about making money and you push yourself to the limits, and you got all these trophies and shit on the wall, that means that's your less value. You have less value. When you have nothing on the wall, then you have more value. Do you understand? Okay, you don't need all that flashiness and those trophies and to show off, because just because someone has a high pitch, that don't make them weak. High pitch in their voice. Some nigga gonna tell me, get some bass in your voice, motherfucker. I'm like, dude, man, I can fuck you up easily. It's not a problem because you are your bitch to me. I talk to countless dudes, maybe a few black dudes on my fucking video chat in my inbox, and they pussies. I can see it. I'll say some shit like that. Yeah, man, I'm sorry, man. You gonna beat my ass still? And they don't understand that psychology and shit because they don't know how crazy I am. I can hack their shit. I can fuck up their household. And then dudes is going to start breaking down and shit. I'm just saying you kind of stepping on my toes. I said, dude, just be honest. You like used vaginas, correct? I said, I'm the red pill creator. I said, you are the red pill creator. Okay, so I'm the emerald pill. So that's higher than red. Okay, and I'm trying to tell you, I'm old school. When the old men come back, when them OGs come back, that shit is all cracked. It's a crack. We don't complain about women. We take advantage. We do it in a positive sense, but the women make agreements with us. So it's really not them being a victim. Okay, we ain't womanizing shit. Okay, now I'm not talking about beta alpha cucks who actually take advantage of women and trick them completely, like getting a car and it's not their car or some shit like that. Them fucking what do you call them fake pranks, those prankers. White people do shit like that. Niggas don't do shit like those prankers and shit. They swoon them with their cunning voice and their pretty appearances. But anyway, it all started when I was on Donovan Sharpe's page, and I wrote down it's hashtag emerald pill. So people can follow me. He was like, I only did it one time. We had a decent conversation, and I said that, don't you think that using white women, because he had white women in the background, he would say he had an argument with some other dude, right? If you can't pay attention, you have to get out of here. Okay, this is my shit, not yours. So he had girl relationships with these white chicks, and he was fuck. I said, is that female's pussy fresh? Is it new? And he didn't answer me. And I said, okay. And I said, okay, why are you teaching guys to fuck with women who are used when I get paid for them? He don't talk about that type of shit. I talk about that shit. And if anybody is, either it's a pimp or it's me. There ain't nobody else, because I'm old as fuck. Right? I'll be on the basketball court playing with kids who are 19 years old. I educate them kids all the time. If the female's not virgin, don't stick it in. And they all laughing and shit, okay? That's not a joke. You're going to get spiritually cursed. And then they grow up, and then I see some of the motherfuckers later on after 10, 15 years, and I'm like, damn, you still living? I said, yeah, look at me, man. Look at me. I used to be called Michael Jordan. I can grab rim. I'm like Spud Webb. I told you not to fuck with those women without a plan and shit. They going to try to take you to the trash. They'll try to run the white daddy. They try to run the white daddy to get your money, motherfuckers. That's a business. Women are women. When they talk about marriage and they force you to marry in order to hit that pussy, fuck them. Fuck that. They have already been hitting the fucking wall and cop carousel. See, my daughters is going to have control because they're basically, I'm doing polygyny, baby. I teach my daughters, if you share, that's caring. Sharing is caring. You want control, you need two women instead of one, because what's going to happen is that somebody's going to be more hornier than another, and somebody's going to have less money than the other, right? So why not worry about this? Focus on the family. Okay, if you have a powerful man who does have stability in his life and he's taking care of you, you got to be a virgin. C-sections are the best. We don't go vagina. You get the C-section shit. You can live on a C-section and shit, and you just work right back out. I talk to countless women who have C-sections and shit, and they are just definitely more happier and still have their tighter pussies. I tell women all the time, you know, a loosey goosey is not wise, because once that baby come out, even me myself, I've experienced a virgin, and some females I've talked to, my hoes in the past, to be getting mad at me and say she wasn't no virgin. They get mad when you say I fucked the virgin and shit, you know, of age virgin. They think I'm talking about an underage female. What the fuck is wrong with women these days? People these days, they jump to conclusions and they try to defame your character or some shit like. But anyway, I put down in the box of Donovan Sharpe, I put down emerald pill, hashtag emerald pill. Now I got a hashtag emerald pillar man, the king. Okay, and he said, "Don't you advertise yourself?" I'm like, "Damn, this is a free country, right, motherfucker? Why are you saying that? I can't." Don't do that. I was like, what are you talking about? You know, I'm not taking no views away from you if you're that popular. Damn, I'm a nobody. Okay, I don't look for ambition. And so then he blocks me. He blocks me from doing that one time. And I even apologized. I said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was like, you know, it was okay." But he blocks me. I couldn't talk to him on that particular type of page. And I said, I just wanted to have a conversation, try to change your tone, you know. And I try to talk to some red pillars about changing. I tried to talk to Sandman, and I gave him $5, but he didn't want to post my shit up. Okay. I said, I just gave Sandman $5 to talk about the values of a man's spirituality and their virtue of not fucking with virgins, not non-virgins, okay, and how to get paid. He didn't write my whole bio. I put the whole bio there and paid him $5. I said, that motherfucker cheated me. Sandman, you crook motherfucker. I'm like, damn, I know he gets a lot, but he ain't probably putting nothing up there. I looked at all of this shit. I said that the values of men's virginity. It's that simple. Your spirituality is at war here if you fuck a used vagina, a used cunt. You're at a war, man. And he talks about other shit that everybody want to talk about, but he ain't on the other side. Sandman is not on the other side. He don't care. He probably desires used vaginas just like most of y'all guys. You know, I say at least use a strap on and get paid and have a personality or sense of charm. A lot of crackers don't have charm out there like the niggas do. So that's why a whole lot of sisters in the hood be leaving the hood to try to find a white man, a white knight. But them bitches they change up because that money, man. You don't have no money, they gonna fucking screw your ass, man. That's a business, motherfuckers. Y'all should know that. Don't think a woman is not thinking about that. I knew my wife was gonna try to think about a business, but it's backfiring on her. Now she gotta pay all of the bills. She still need my help and shit. What am I supposed to do about that? Is it my fault that you think I'm abusing her? Ask a question, motherfucker. Now, anyway, so he blocked me off, and I keep telling guys all the time, I'm a therapist. So maybe he got banned because he kept talking about one subject all the time. I don't talk about one subject all the time. I talk about food and health. Have you been watching me lately? I just talk about random topics and subjects and shit. I don't hate on nobody. But if you get reported, they have to listen to that video. If you title it, I believe if you title it a certain way, you keep having that same pattern, then they can block you. That it's YouTube's discretion. It's about I'll curse YouTube. I'm a magical motherfucker. I put spells on YouTube and shit, just like Facebook. But I did talk to Zuckerberg, and he got I'm pretty sure your wife will divorce your ass if you block me again. And then I saw a message thing. He's trying to fight for fucking. He must believe in the magic. That's he's trying. It's probably not him doing it. So he has no time for like monitoring everything. He has workers and shit. So they're fucking his life. I said, yo, you like my page so much and shit, but then you want to give me 30 days for fighting back the trolls who's attacking me. Okay, get the trolls off first. This is freedom of speech we're talking about. He's trying to fight for freedom of speech. Freedom of speech. That's Zuckerberg. Zuckerberg's actually trying to fight for freedom of speech. He has nothing to do with people getting blocked off. I'm pretty sure he can stop it, but he better stop it soon because he's gonna lose business that way. Especially the ones who bring in all of the attention. He's bringing in all the revenue. You want a lot more drama. Okay, as long as the person's not terroristic, and you're born from another country, you talking shit about Americans and shit. You're not talking about. See, you can talk about anybody you want. You can talk about any race of people. You could be a KKK. You could be all that shit. As long as you're not. KKK is a terrorist organization, but you can't talk. They allow the KKK to walk around in certain places, which that's crazy, and they're a terrorist organization. Okay, that's a terrorist. I'm not a terrorist. I'm just talking about my opinions. I'm just being a comedian and shit, and they want to take me down and shit because I said the word cunt. Or I said the word nigger and shit, and I'm a nigger, okay? And I'm like, damn, I'm like, oh shit, Zuckerberg, you gotta fix that. It's not many words I'm saying, but you want to block me, but you want to advertise a woman getting her head cut off in the woods somewhere. You want to advertise that shit. You want to allow that to be posted. And I saw a lot of kid being not kids, but women getting killed, animals being eaten by fucking Asian people and shit. And you want to advertise that shit. That's not right. There's a ethnic algorithm going on in the background, and that's not fucking cool. Okay. So he gonna get in trouble for that shit. You better stop that shit before he gets sued by the wrong motherfucking colored person, because that's somebody's gonna pick that shit up. All right. But anyway, let's continue on here. I never asked for subscribers or likes. Okay. I am a therapist. I'm your friendly neighborhood schizologist. And I feel he talks too much about women too much. Okay. That's all. I don't talk too much about it. It may seem like it, but I don't. Because I talk about multiple subjects in my video. I also talk about karma. And I talked about karma of how people try to fuck with me. And that's it. I just wrote those things down. I got plenty of other things to talk about, but I try to keep it down under those few things. I love you all, but I hate the many of you. You know how to donate to my cause and make me a studio myself, but I'm not really that ambitious. So I'm not gonna have all the flashy stuff. I'll just have a better camera. I'll have a better community of people talking to me personally rather than all this flashy shit. I'm not interested in the what you call it, join my you gotta pay them, okay. Patreon, okay, Patreon page, okay, you know what I'm saying? And then you join these things and you got to pay them a certain amount of money, like for example, like a Mixer, you got this Mixer Pro, and if you pay for that shit, you get all these designs and shit like that. Okay, no, you know how to hit a button and you know how to donate. Yeah, there's no need for how to subscribe. There's a subscribe button. You can subscribe for a whole month, every month and shit, $5 a month. You can do all y'all know what to do about that. But your peace and love to brothers and sisters that writing down over to my page. And what else is there to say besides this? Okay? I talked about 3 subjects and a couple other things and shit like that. And I got some other stuff to talk about. Next time I want to talk about the past wars with God. Okay, effeminist and ambition. Protect your assets. Women who desire being abused. Okay, I want to talk about peace means more suffering. I want to talk about that next time. But other than that, same bad time, same bad channel. And as a matter of fact, it's random. So you're gonna have to turn on your notifications if I'm on, because I'm on random times. I do not have a set schedule, because if the universe brings you to me, so be it. Okay, all right. You know how to follow me. Peace and love to brothers and sisters. Light and dark. Welcome to my page. You know how to follow me on Matthias Knowledge. All my information is listed in knowledge. Peace. Bye.